owe our existence to stellar explosions. The universe didn't start out with all of the ingredients needed to make us.
Sorry to interrupt you, Evan, but this is a topic that has always been fascinating for me. The Big Bang and the way that it has led to everything that we see today. So much so that it inspired a short story of mine called A Million Times Over Again, which, unlike Evan's video, is not so tied to reality. However, it does feature the Big Bang and everything that comes after, at least according to Nana. That grandmother's story begins like this. In the beginning, she said, there was nothing. No trees, no wind, no rivers. No life, no cities, no societies. No suns, no moons, no galaxies. No grandkids, no mommies, no nanas, and no universe for such things to exist within. There was just nothingness stretching toward infinity. But from that nothingness came everything that has ever existed, and everything that will ever exist, and everything that currently exists, and everything that will never exist again. And it all started with a bang. But everything did not come immediately. Or not entirely, at least. You see, everything in existence can be attributed to that bang, as everything in this universe, when traced back to the beginning, originates there, in that bang, flowing eternally from it, rippling ever more toward the infinity that is the universe it helped to form. But the bang alone was not all that was needed for us to come into existence. We needed everything that came next. Looking up, she said, the creation of souls. In the moment that followed their creation, a ceremony took place during which every freshly created soul maneuvered their way through the still dark and otherwise empty universe in search of their perfect mate, to whom they eternally sealed themselves. Every soul knew their mate at first glance, and they sealed themselves upon sight in a way that made them and their mate no longer two individual souls, but rather a singular soul mate. For quite some time, Nana went on to say, these souls, together with their mates, roamed the universe, though there wasn't much of anything for the souls to see. You see, Hannah, the universe was still dark and empty. But that all changed when our universe, in pursuit of infinite expansion, collided with a universe that existed outside of our own. The universe never did recover the balance it once had before the collision. The entire trajectory of the universe was forever changed. For while many elements had leaked from our universe into the other, a very dark, very evil element had leaked into ours. Suns exploded into existence, along with planets which, as more and more came to be, began to cluster around the newly born suns, forming the first ever solar systems. And those solar systems clustered together to form galaxies. Planets continued to form, crash, intermingle, fade away, then rise again from the ashes. Solar systems came and went. Shards of the universe were sent in all directions, toward all infinities. Chemicals came into existence, then fluttered into extinction in a matter of seconds. And as this chaotic explosion of universal substance occurred, colonies of souls began to settle upon freshly constructed planets. One of the planets the souls landed on was the planet Earth.